Devilfish Bay Radio.
Hi, hello, hi. We're doing a thing because we're doing a thing.
We're doing a thing.
We're doing a thing. So if you don't know us, we will introduce ourselves. We are also, both of us, the creators of The Girl Who Loved Monsters. And welcome to Devilfish Bay. Yes! our children. And welcome to Devilfish Bay Radio. I am 𝗵𝗟 Fitzpatrick. I'm the author of... I'll do that again. Hi, I'm 𝗵𝗟. I am the author of The Girl Who Loves Monsters. And...
I am Ashley Robin, and I am the artist of The Girl Who Loves Monsters.
We wanted to do something kind of weird and fun because, hello, have you met us? And our one idea was to just like make a little podcast about like the process of making the book, and also horror and horror for kids, and like how we kind of approach the book not only together but as like, you know, a writer and an artist, and kind of graphic novels and how they work. And today we're going to be talking about us. You're welcome. So Ashley, would you like to start? Who are you? What is your career by this point? You've written so many, you drew on so many cool things. Like, tell us all about you.
Yeah. Hello, I am Ashley Robin Franklin. I'm an illustrator, I'm a cartoonist, I'm also a bookseller, do a bunch of stuff. I draw and I paint and I live my life. I'm in Austin, Texas right now, which is where I live. And yeah, I mostly make horror comics or stuff that feels like adjacent, like kind of creepy, kind of spooky, mostly fiction, and I make work for all ages. So like The Girl Who Loved Monsters is my first time working in the middle grade space. But I've done stuff for adults. I've done YA. My YA book is 𝘗𝘗𝘩𝗪𝗏𝘕 it's my baby. And I've also done adult stuff, like The Skin You're In is my adult horror collection. So yeah, I like making stuff for all sorts of people, kids, adults who like things are a little creepy. Yeah, that's me.
What
about you, 𝗵𝗟?
Also, before I tell people about me, buy the book, please. Because somebody stole it from the post office from me. I'm still mad about it.
Wait, I need to send you a book.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I remember because I think like we talked about it a little bit, and I was just like, I sent Ashley like the envelope and was just like, somebody stole my book. Like,
but left the envelope
and left the bookmark, and like I'm like, sir, what's going on? It's just wild time.
Wild behavior.
The people.
I hope they liked it.
Yeah. Honestly, I do too. If they didn't, what the fuck?
Like, yeah.
But hi, I'm 𝗵𝗟. I am, oh god, I do too much stuff. I'm a author, a writer. I am an actual player for like for tabletop role-playing games. I'm a baby GM or game master. I love horror with my full chest. Never leave me. I've mostly only written for middle grade, and I want to venture out into the adult world at some point. But right now, I'm just like, my kids, my children, my babes. Um,
Yeah.
I've written all of my stuff is up there, so that's why I'm looking up. But uh, I've written like the totally factual guide for the supernatural, um, which was Chilling with Ghosts, Hanging with Vampires, and Sightseeing with Aliens, and one book that the world will probably never get to see. I'm hoping that they do because I spent a lot of good time on it. Shout out to Jessica. I absolutely adore you. My editor is amazing. My editor for those books was amazing. 𝗂𝗓𝗏 books that were graphic novels, Rosa Parks and 𝗵𝗏𝗏. And oh god, a super secret project that I cannot tell anybody about until they actually announce it, and then I'm gonna be really, really excited when they announce it, but it's a super secret project, and I'm so sorry that they will not announce it. But yeah, so I guess, and I know you did a zine on this too, but like, why horror?
Mm, yeah, that's the question. How often do you get asked that question?
A lot.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
lot.
it's like people who don't get horror want you to know that they don't get it. And, like, I've never been, like see someone in the romance section at a bookstore and be like, "Why romance?" Because like, I can put myself in the shoes of that person and be like, "Yeah, I wanna read about people kissing or whatever." Like, okay, like, I can, like, imagine it, but I
Mhm.
feel like horror is one of those things that people, yeah, who don't get it or don't like it are very, like, "Explain it to me," and it's like, I don't know, I do know, but it's like, in that moment, I'm like, "I don't even know what to tell you, like, where you're coming at me with this," you know?
Yeah, and I think that's probably like the hardest part about having to explain it, because like horror for a lot of people comes from like such a personal space, and it comes from
Mhm.
like kind of personal trauma and tragedy, but also good and bad and evil and heroic. Like it comes at people in a different way all at different times. Like, and for people to just be like, well, why do you like horror? It's kind of just like, I like horror because it comforts me.
Yeah.
It's like the one thing I know for me, like it really comforts me when like I have really big things going on. And it kind of, and I know like a lot of people are just like, oh, that's disgusting, but it's just like it hits in a way where I can kind of have this like almost like, and not like an out of body experience, but it's just kind of like watching people do what they have to do in order to survive, like a slasher movie, watching like women fall prey to like awful men in giallo films, watching like a
Mhm.
murder mystery take place, watching like the grotesque like malfunctions of body horror kind of happen.
Mhm.
It's like it's weirdly like it's hard to explain because it's kind of just like it's a comfort. Can I explain why it's a comfort? It's a personal experience.
Yeah. And also, it's like there's so many different flavors of horror that I feel like serve really different parts of me. Like, there's, like, some horror that's just really familiar, and so it makes me think of being young and being like, "Ooh, we're going to the video store, we're gonna get the popcorn," like, that kind of, like, more fun horror, you know, or stuff that feels nostalgic, has, like, that flavor, so it's like, you know, that serving a purpose for me, and then there's, like, other stuff where it's like, yeah, I'm, like, kind of watching people work out, like, work through, like, something really difficult or traumatic, and it's, like, that's scratching a part of my brain, or, like, there's some that has, like if something's, like, a really formulaic, like, it's a familiar genre, then that's, like there's, like, order, and there's, like, patterns, and, like, that's, like, comforting in a way. But
Hmm.
then there's stuff that's, like, super bleak, and that, like, is something that, like a really bleak horror movie, I can have, like, 1 a year. But it, like, really does something for me, but then I can't live in that space. So it's, like,
Yes.
there's so many different, like, flavors that are just like serving me and serving different parts of me.
Yeah. No, and I think that's a really great way to describe it as well, because it's so weird, because like when I was in college, like my favorite types of films, so like even research was like ones like Last House on the Left, and like those like it's gonna sound really wild, but it's like those rape revenge films. And
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of just like, it's not a mindset that like obviously like you want to put yourself in all the time, but it's just like for some reason by that point in my life, it scratched something in the back of my brain where I was just like, I need to see like this thing be conquered. I need to see
Mm-hmm.
this thing be like then. And then like when I got into Cronenberg, all
Mm-hmm.
bets off. We hit the ground running. And I was just like, oh, what do we mean? What do we mean that we're the car crashes do that? What do you mean? What are you
Mm-hmm.
talking about? And then even like old stuff like Night of the Hunter and like Hexen and stuff like that. It scratches, and Alfred Hitchcock movies were like my thing, and like horrible person, great
Mm-hmm.
storyteller and visual like filmmaker, but it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of just like one of those things where it's just like it scratches such a weird itch in my brain that I can't properly describe it to people. And I'm like you too, where it's like those like really really bleak ones. um I can have like maybe like 2 or 3 of those a year,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm just like, so what about Death Spa? Huh? Like, remember that movie
Mm-hmm.
from the 80s where like everybody was dying in the spa? I like that. Let's go
Yeah,
back
I
to
want
the
to have
80s.
fun. I want to have fun. Yeah.
like, where slugs at?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to goof and I want to be yucky. Yeah. I feel like that kind of horror is such a like it's like a bridge to my childhood because it's like I watched a lot of horror when I was a kid, like not like in really intense stuff, but like like the Universal monsters and like horror adjacent stuff, like a lot of Twilight Zone. And so it's like and then some of the kind of like sillier, schlockier kind of stuff. And so it's like both yeah, the nostalgia, but also like there's something about like it makes me think of being a kid and like being I love loving gross stuff or like
Yes.
stuff that's like really like outsized, like overacting, like overdone practical effects, like stuff like that is just like I'm tapping into that like nasty 12-year-old who's just like I want to see an explosion. I want to see somebody turn inside out. I want to see the boogers. Like, it's like, it's like that. And it's
Yes.
like that person is nasty, but like, I have love for them. And like, it's good to like give them their little treat that they need. They're living in
Yes.
here. I gotta give them their little treat.
Yes. Oh my god. I feel like we had like the same upbringing. That's like crazy. As soon as you said like Twilight Zone and Universal Monsters, I was like, oh no, I think we're like the same guy.
Yeah. It's like those and like Hitchcock, like you were saying that, and it's like I watched so many Hitchcock movies as a like kid and young person, and like we would always watch the I don't know if it was like Turner Classic or like AMC or somewhere had like
Mhm.
a Hitchcock marathon that would happen in like the fall maybe. And like we would always record those on VHS. And so I'd like end up rewatching like The Birds and like having to fast forward through the commercials. Um, and so
Oh
like
my,
that's like so familiar to me.
I
And like
used
really oh
no
sorry.
no 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 go
I was
go
gonna
go
say
go
just
go.
really shaped my taste,
Yes.
Like there's so much
Yes.
about like the visual language in those movies that is like it is baked in.
Yes. Like that's another thing too that I think it's really interesting about, and it's gonna I feel like be all over with horror, even like the ones that people like call schlock, where it's kind of just like there is such a like, even if you're like you see the overacting, you see like all of the like ooey gooey, you see like all of this stuff, it's like a Hitchcock movie is almost like the same as like the Snake movie. Like it's like it's almost the same exact thing, because like there is like how you said like a visual language that kind of like transcends through all of them, and a lot of horror is very much like show don't tell. A lot of horror
Mhm.
is, and a lot of even thrillers are very much like, I'm going to show you what, and Hitchcock especially is like, I'm going to show you what you should have already seen. I'm going to show
Mhm.
you the things that are happening right in front of your eyes. And you can either take it, walk with me, hold my hand, not too tight, and we're going to explore this journey together, or you're going to have to watch the movie again in order to figure
Mhm.
out like what was happening. Like a lot of oh my god, Rebecca has a lot of that. Rope
Mhm.
has a lot of that.
Rope is like a it's like so it's I think it's getting its like flowers now, but it was like such an underrated like it is just yeah, it's just like such a treat on so many levels and like so many like the camera work and like the little like sly little oh, it's so good. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm so happy that like we're finally also seeing it. I feel like everybody did see it as a queer coded movie, but I'm
Mhm.
just like,
No, that's like a gay
like
movie.
I have eyes, I can see.
Yeah.
And it's so beautifully done, and it's just uh,
It's
uh.
so good. It's like the best, like, evil gay yuppie movie that could be made. It's, like, so good.
And then oh god, and like my favorite person in the world for like Alfred Hitchcock movies is like Tippi Hinton,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
I just like, I hate everything that she went through with
Mhm.
him and trying to like figure all of that out. But like the way that she commands like a performance, it's similar to Grace Kelly, a little bit more campier,
Mhm.
but like and even Joan Fontaine and Rebecca's like one of my favorite movies of
It's so
all
good.
time. Like, and that's another one that has a lot more visual language than like anything that everybody says. But if you pay attention to what everybody says, they do. Like, the one thing that I wanted to get through in college, where when I watched it for the first time, I'm just like, they do not say her name. I do
I
not know
know,
this
it's
woman's name.
so good, and that's
Like,
in the book too, and that's, like, something that I feel like stands out even more in film version, because it's, like, I feel like it might take you a minute to figure that out when you're reading it, but, like, it is, like, when you realize it, it's, like, like, it's, like, so impactful.
yes,
Yeah,
like this woman who's just still like, we're following her, but who is she?
but she's
Like,
not the main character in a way, like, she's, like
nah.
it's so good.
Like, it's still Rebecca, because we
Yeah.
know Rebecca's name. Everybody's whole thing is around Rebecca.
It's
Like,
Rebecca, Rebecca.
it's
Yeah.
Rebecca, but then like all of a sudden you're just like, oh wait,
That she's not Rebecca. Yeah, you're like, "Who is she?"
yeah, like my girl, why are you in the house? Get out the house, like.
Yeah, so good.
But no, you're absolutely right. Like, it's just, I don't know, like horror just hits something so different. And then like we can have like these discussions about them too. Like, there's
Mhm,
so much happening, like even for stuff like Friday the third, like, no, sorry, not, yeah, Friday the 13th, like Nightmare on Elm
mhm,
Street. When I first got into Nightmare on Elm Street, I remember being like, I know that man deserved to die,
mhm,
and I want that man to die. But also, why is he going after all the teenagers? I don't understand this. Go
mhm.
after the mom and the daddy. Like, it's kind
I
of just like
know,
you're
yeah.
you get to think about it just a little bit deeper, and like, again, not understanding why like Jason went after everybody in these slasher
Mhm.
movies, but it's kind of just like, hey, he's having fun.
It's what he has to do.
Like, that's his
It's
camp
his
counseling job.
job. Yeah. Yeah, it's like horror is such a good space to explore, like, shades of gray and have so many characters that are like, wait, what like you're like, what was the right thing to happen? And like it not being clear, which is so good because it's like your example of like Freddy Krueger, it's like he was doing bad stuff, but also like being a vigilante is kind of messed up, especially with like burning somebody, like you're all I don't know. It's like just violence begetting violence, and then it's like, well, like the like what would be fair would be like him going after the parents, but it's like, but he's still a bad person,
Yeah.
and so he's gonna go after the kids, you know. So it's like nobody's hands are clean.
Mhm.
And there's so many, like, that's, like, kind of a really, easy example, but I feel like horror's so good at, like, just if if things wanna be muddy, like, they can be so muddy, like, morals and, like, also the more like, the or, like, ethics and, like, also, like, as a viewer, it's, like, a little, like, who am I rooting for? What am I getting pleasure out of? Like, that's, like, can be pretty dark and, like, I don't know, it's such a good genre to, like, explore that, and then, like, bringing that out into your real life is, like, it's very easy to be like, "Oh, that person did something wrong, like, I whatever," and, just in your daily life or anything, but it's, like, thinking about, like, why people do things and who did things to them and, like, this kind of I don't know, it's like, most good movies can do that, like, obviously, like, drama and stuff, but it's cool to be able to do that and have fun. 'Cause,
Yes.
like, I can think about morally gray people and, like, watch some kinda, like, painful, like, family drama, whatever, but, like, I don't need to be hit over the head, I can also have fun, and, like, somebody can have knife fingers, it's like I don't know,
Yeah.
it's like there's so much room for, like, richness and,
Yes.
like, I don't know, yeah, and they don't all have to do that, but when it's done, it's like it's so it's so juicy, you
It's
know?
so good. It's gonna be such a bad example, but as soon as like, especially when you talk about, like, the morally gray of everybody as well, it reminds me of, um, like, reality television
Mm,
and how, like, Housewives and all of these other shows, like, you kind of, like as you're going along with on the journey with, like, all of these people, you kind of, like, get a sense of, like, who they are. But it almost is like the housewife or the person on the reality television that you identify with, you're kinda just like, "Well, I'm also examining their feelings, I'm examining their actions, I'm examining their emotions, I'm just examining them through a lens of, like, what I can see." And it's almost like that in horror as well, 'cause I remember doing that a lot with Twin Peaks,
mm,
especially Fire Walk with Me, and being just like, I know for a fact that, like, I love Laura Palmer. I know for a fact. But then I'm, like, over here with Donna and just being like, "Girl, what the fuck are you doing?" And then, like, with James and being like, "Boy, what the fuck are you doing?" And then, like, with, like, Bobby and everybody, and I'm just like, everybody here has, like, their hands dirty in a way,
mhm,
because like,
mhm,
and it's really important in that spoilers for the Fire Walk with Me, but it's like everybody almost in their own way. Like, obviously Laura made her decisions and was hurting so badly, but at the same exact time it's just like this girl, like, almost like crying and reaching out for help, and everybody just being like, "Whoa, I don't know what's wrong with you, but can you do something for me?" It's kind of just like, wait a
yeah,
minute. But, like, the morality kind of, like, hits you a little bit, like, different every time, and that's a lot even with, like, old Universal old Universal monsters where it's just kinda like, I'm sorry, for the Mummy movies, and especially for the
mm,
Mummy movies,
mhm,
because all of them are so interesting after the first one because it doesn't even follow the first one anymore. It just goes off
mm.
the rail.
Yeah, we're just fully playing,
Like, we're
and
just
it's
in
like
our own mind.
yeah, it's fan fiction.
It's so good. There
Yeah,
was one where, I think it was either the mummy's ghost or the mummy's hand, I do not remember, but I remember feeling awful at the end of it. Spoilers for one of those movies.
mm.
But he takes her and, like, basically goes into the water with her, and I was like, "Was I supposed to be rooting for him or not?" I'm not sure
Yeah,
anymore.
I love
Like,
that feeling, though. Yeah, and it's like, what does it mean about you,
yeah.
also?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like I felt the type of way about him because I understand, like, and it like, and again, it's even with Frankenstein's monster too. Like, it's kind of just like, I feel so terrible for him because like he didn't ask to be this way, right? He didn't ask to be born. He didn't ask to be this way. He didn't ask for like all of this stuff. But at the same exact time, I'm like, also like your maker is kind of a dickhead. But then it's also just like too like you're doing like really weird stuff, and then it's also like
Yeah.
too it's just like, okay, but like what if we just calm down? Like,
Yeah.
like
And it's
every
like, your maker's girlfriend has nothing to do with this.
yes,
Leave
it's
her alone. Yeah.
like hands off material, I guess.
Mhm.
The Invisible Man movies do that too, where like all of a
Yeah.
sudden like the girlfriend's involved, and I'm just like, can we leave her out of this? She doesn't need to be
You
involved.
can't.
Like
Yeah.
my girl was just vibing, and then all of a
Mhm.
sudden y'all started becoming invisible. Like,
Yeah, it's like, ugh. Yeah, there's just so much there. And,
so
like and that makes me think about, like, Twilight Zone, which is, like, one of the perfect it's like, I know that that's, like, made really clear because 'cause they're often, like not like parables, but they're, like
little morality lessons, kind of,
yeah, they're
yeah.
not, like sometimes they're kinda didactic, and then other times they're not, but it is, like there's, like, a lot of intention put into them about,
Mhm.
like, thinking about causality and like why people do things and blah blah blah, and it's like it's just like the when it's successful, it's like mind blowing.
Here's my question for you. What was your
Okay,
favorite Twilight Zone episode? Or what are some of your favorite Twilight Zone episodes?
that's so hard. I feel like as a kid, I liked kind of like more easy to understand ones. Like I liked like Talkie Tina. I liked Eye of the Beholder with the people with the pig
Yeah.
noses. Um, I don't know. I feel like I mean, like, it's, like, such a hit. It's such, like, one of the hits, but, like, uh, Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up is, like, a favorite. It's so
Yes.
fun. It's, like, you picked his head and it's got an eyeball, and you're like, "What?" Um, I don't know, they're all s there's so many that are just, I can't think of them right now, but there's so many that are just so moving or so
Yeah.
eerie. What about you?
Oh, um, it's so weird because I have to like in my head I feel like I have to put them in categories because it's just like there's Sterling's
Mhm.
war film, like war stuff. There's
Oh my
like
god. So much
uh
war.
war.
You're like,
War.
"Sterling." Yeah.
Like I want you to be mad. I you made a hit show. Thank you. But also like
Mhm.
and then there's like Beaumont stuff. Um and then there's the sci-fi and there's the other thing. But like there is one I talk about it so much to myself in my head. Um, but it's a episode called I Am the Night, Color Me
Mm.
Black.
Mhm.
And it destroyed me in the best way
Mm.
because I think it was one of the ones that like not only hit on hatred but hit on racism
Mhm.
in a way that I had never
Mhm.
experienced before.
Mm.
And I was like, excuse me? Um, and there was another one too. The one that I don't the one that I don't like, even though it is a pristine episode, and but I cannot watch it because I will cry every single time on it, is Five Characters in Search for an Exit.
Oh, that one's so good. Yeah. It's devastating, it's devastating.
Dunzo
Another
Sunzo.
one that I can't watch because it's like, ugh, is, what's the one where it's, like, really hot? 'Cause the sun is get that one is like
Midnight Sun.
a Midnight Sun, if I watch it, I'm gonna, think about climate change, and I'm gonna get really anxious, and I'm gonna feel really bad, and that one is so, hits so hard. Ugh, yeah.
Also, oh my god, also another one. I don't, oh, man. it's like I can't watch it only, like, I can't, it's like the first time I watched it, I don't get scared of a lot of things. Like, I can watch New French Extremity like nobody's business, and I just sit there and I'm just like, well,
Chilling. Wow.
I'm gonna watch Martyrs. Like, it's like one of those things. But like, it scared me to the point where I was just like, oh wait, I think I'm actually living in this world, is the one with Dennis Hopper. And
What
then
happens in it?
he starts hearing a voice, and he starts, because he is like he's like a soldier, and then he starts hearing a voice, and then the voice tells him to do a lot of things, and then after the voice starts telling him to do a lot of things, you find out that, spoilers, it's Hitler. And I'm like,
what? Yeah.
What are we talking about? It made me cry as a kid. And I remember my dad being just like, what's wrong? And I'm just like, this episode really bothered me. And I think it was because of the fact that, like, he had this, like, it was just that looming presence over him, and then he fell so head first into hate and hate and hate. And I was just like, I can't imagine like that being like a thing. Like, and then like you grow up and you kind of just, you meet people.
Yeah.
You meet people. But the Twilight Zone hit so different every single time. And
I know there's so many different like categories of just like incredible storytelling.
Yeah, like, and it doesn't, it doesn't hit as hard, I will say, in the 80s, 90s, and 2010s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Jordan.
I know, I wanted to like it so much. And like there's like some good stuff in it, but as a whole it's like, I don't know.
It felt like, I think seeing like Nightmare at 14,000 feet made me go, why are we reheating the nachos? We don't have to reheat these nachos.
Already, they were good. Let's,
like,
no, that is such a stinker too, that like redo of it. It's so stinky.
And especially like the spoilers for the Jordan Peele version of Nightmare at 14,000 feet, I think. But the ending where like everybody gangs up on him.
Why? I guess he was trying to throw in like we're doing what's the neighborhood one? Where like the neighbors all turn on each other. Like really classic.
The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street.
Yes, yeah. I feel like maybe he was trying to throw in a little bit of that. I don't know.
That's
like, you don't need to.
And it also feels like it feels meaner to do it like that. Because it's like, for like, we got the like established, like, I think for the William Shatner one too, like we got established that like he just got out of the hospital.
Yeah, he's not doing well. And like, also he's right. It was real. Right. Yeah. No, that's like something in the Twilight Zone is like almost never mean-spirited. Which is like, I appreciate.
Yeah. And like the people who like do need to get their comeuppance like will eventually get their comeuppance. Except for married couples. Get it together. Like the two married couples that were like in the dollhouse.
Ugh, yeah. Oh, scary. One of the scariest episodes is the one with the little kid.
Oh my.
In the cornfield, and he's like, do you know what I'm talking about? Where he like sends people to the cornfield.
I don't remember the name, but yeah.
And this one guy just wanted to, like, it was his birthday, and he wanted to play his Perry Como record. And this freaking kid sends him to the cornfield, and everyone's like, that was real good that you did that. That was real good. Because they're, like, so afraid to, like, frown at him, because then he'll send it. And he, like, turns an animal inside out, like, off screen at some point. Like
you would think, like, I'm not. Again, it's just, you could do something about this. I don't know what. But, like, even that was another episode that they tried to reheat the nachos in for the movie.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I'm like, we're done. We did it. It was good. Leave it alone.
Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I guess that would also be a good segue into another question of like, why horror for kids for the both of us?
I know my answer, and it's just that that's for me. It was for me. Like, that's the kid I was. And that's the grown up I am. And so like I'm making stuff for that person and other people, other kids like that person. Like, yeah.
Hard saying. Because like, even as a kid, like I didn't see people like me in horror. Like I saw them, but like I didn't see them. Like they would usually die. Like they
Yeah,
would
not like the
usually
main character or like somebody with agency or like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because it was always like the person that I looked up to the most in like horror when I was growing up was like Rachel True, from like The Craft, because I was just like, that is the first time that like I ever truly saw somebody who like had my experiences, had like my hair, had my skin color, like was kind of like me, and I was just like, oh my god, like, and she's a witch too. That's so sick.
Yeah, but she's not at all the main character. I feel like it's really about main, yeah, and the other girl. Like it's like their show, and then the other two are like so supporting, even though they're both like awesome. Like, yeah.
That was the one thing about, so I'm gonna go on a side tangent about The Craft, because I think The Craft is a really interesting thing about like seeing yourself in horror, but also like not presenting what was actually on the tin. Allegedly in the original script, like allegedly, I don't know this, do not quote me on this.
The people are gonna quote you.
I'm sorry, Rachel True. But allegedly, like there was more for Rochelle in the original script, but then they kind of took some of it out. But then I have this thing with that movie where it's a really hard watch being the age that I am now, because I'm just like, Rochelle's story is really interesting because it just touches on like not only bullying, but like racism and bullying. And it's one of those situations where you don't get out of it so easily. Like with Bonnie, like with her skin condition, I like, you feel absolute empathy for it, like 100%, but it's also just like, she gets to be beautiful, right? Like at the end of the day, she gets to be beautiful. And then for Fairuza Block's Nancy, she just gets like the ultimate power that she wanted. And with oh my god, I remember Rachel?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
That sounds right.
I don't remember any of their names, honestly. So you're doing better than me. I don't remember any of their like character names.
I think it's Rachel. Don't quote me on that.
Okay. No quoting.
Sorry, Rachel. Or Robin.
Somebody. Yeah.
But I like with her, it was kind of just like, oh, she got the boy she wanted, right? But I think with Rochelle's story, like all of these stories are important. I'm not saying that all these stories are not important, but it was kind of just like to sideline Rochelle's story that would have such a really interesting thing, because it's like the girl lost her hair. We fixed racism.
Yeah, it's like one girl, like one bully. Yeah.
Like, we fixed racism.
And it's like satisfying, but it's not as, it's like in the moment it's satisfying, but it's like, that's it.
Yeah. And it's like one of those things where it's just kind of like, I sincerely wanted so much better for her. But then, like, again, it's kind of just like, why horror for kids? And it's kind of just like, because I don't want anybody to ever like go through that. I don't want anybody to ever like see, like, I don't want anybody to ever not see themselves in a piece of media that could mean so much to so many people. And it's like, I know that would have meant a lot to me to see myself in there, especially like as a Black, like bisexual, like non-binary woman. Like I would have wanted to see one of those things in there. But like you don't get to, so it's kind of just like for kids it's really, and especially like I think for I don't know how it is for you with the bookstore, but I know for me at the library, when they see me, like they see me and they're kind of just like, especially like Black kids who come into the library, they'll just be like, I'm so, wait, what? And they'll just look at me with such awe because they haven't seen somebody who looks like me, and I was just like, oh
Yeah, like, well, that's cool, but also you shouldn't have to have this experience. Yeah.
right? I'm just like, but yeah, it's the same thing. It's just and for the creepy kids who just wanted to see weird stuff all the time, just wanted to see horror, just wanted to see blood and guts, and when you got older, like any body extremities, like you wanted to see all of that as a kid, and I was just like, I want to be able, not the body stuff, but
that's for them to see in like a sexy manga on their own, and I'm not involved. Yeah, I'm not involved in that. But I, you know what? I want them to.
Yeah,
but I'm just not involved. Yeah,
I
was doing it.
Yeah,
I was like, you know,
what are those?
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you. It's just I want to see it. It's for the kids who were like us.
Yeah. And like to see those things in a way that is like, for example, like talking about like more like diverse characters in horror, like having it just be like just whatever, like it's not part of the horror plot, you know, because it's like, yeah, it's like with any medium, it's like, I don't know, like there's stuff to mine from any kind of like marginalized experience, like that's like that you can kind of like, Jordan Peele's such a good example of someone who is like mining that for the horror, but it's like that shouldn't be your only option. Or like queerness, or like what, you know, whatever the thing is, it's like there is a place for that. It's like the same thing as like whenever all the queer stories or like coming out stories or whatever, it's like, it's not like those are important, all of these things are important, but like for that to be the only flavor is like, that sucks.
Yeah.
And so it's like to have like stories where it's like this character's queer, this character's Black, this character's, you know, like just like any other like experience, and it's like, and then they're finding monsters, and it's like, okay, that's awesome, you know, or like, and then they're going on this adventure, then they're doing this thing, and it's like has nothing to do with that, is like that needs to be one of the options, because it's like there's only, I don't know, there's just like so many types of stories to tell about so many different people and so many different like lived experiences, and like I don't, there's just so much out there. And I just like, I don't know, like let's not be lazy, you know. It's like when like thinking about like just like a couple years ago, I mean now we're like kind of in a weird, not to get a bummer, but like we're kind of in a like a weird period with like publishing and like kids media, where it's like we're talking about book bans more, and like people are being a little more like reactionary and stuff like that. And it's like we just had a wave, you know, a few years ago where people were like own stories, and it's like after that being such a wave, it's like you're hearing from all these creators that are like, yeah, own stories, and like, yeah, I got this advance, or I got this whatever, this book deal, but it's like they wanted this one thing for me. They wanted like the like traumatic immigrant story, or they wanted the like sad like like emotionally fraught, like trans story or whatever, you know. And it's like, and then those people are like, but I had this other story about like, witches, and like they didn't want that. And like that, and then like other people like, cis white, heterosexual, like whatever, blah 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 blah, like creators who have more privilege being like, oh, what, like, well, I got to make the witch story, and like it's just like that kind of thing where it's like, I guess I'm just thinking about how we're in this kind of like backlash to that era of like own stories, when that wasn't even like, that wasn't enough. Like we're in a backlash to something that wasn't even as like much of a win as like in the moment people were saying it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, just thinking about that kind of stuff. It's like, well, those kids are still looking for those things to read and to watch. And so like, whenever there's a chance, like, why not take it? And like, why not make those things? And like, if you have like the platform, or if you have the like industry respect or regard, or like the track history or whatever, like, why not? Hi. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. Okay, that's my partner.
Hi.
My dog out. Hi. It's past it, dog dinner time. But it's like, wow, like, that's, I don't know. Yeah, we gotta make it. We gotta make the stuff for the kids.
Yeah.
And for, I don't know, adults to heal their inner child, and also just like to heal your own inner child, and to feel like good and excited about the stuff you're making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did also touch on like something that like I remember seeing like an influx of for a while, and I remember just seething with rage because I was just like, why are we doing this? Like, I understand that like we need these stories, but at the same exact time, like I'm like, in succession though, it seems like a lot. And it was like the trauma of like Black people and like slavery stories, and it was just like Black trauma all the time, and I'm just like, it's too much. Like for a while, it was this kind of like, yes, you had like 12 years a slave, right? Like, sure, why are we making antebellum? Why are we making them? Why are we like, why are we just like going into this discussion of like these stories just like built off of like Black pain and suffering? And it's just like, I would like to see something joyous. I would like to kind of like see something like, obviously, again, not saying that these stories are not important, like, but at the same exact time, in a line though, it feels like it's kind of just like, I need for everybody to kind of pull back and see what we're doing, because it doesn't help anybody to keep remembering the pain when we do have good that also happens. And it's like how you said, it's just like, to create something that is, especially like with this book, it's like to create something that is like, it's like sad. It gets sad in some parts, but at the same exact time, like their identities and who they are like, as like an identical like factor, like the Blackness and everything like that, that's just ingrained into the character. We're not kind of just going like Black, like it's just like, yeah, they're Black, and she's a weird little kid, and she likes horror, and she's just like kind of going about and doing her business, like,
just like
that's
a person.
about it. Yeah,
just like a type of character.
Yeah. Like,
yeah,
the only person we have to worry about is Ewan.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
So real. No, but we gotta worry about him. But he'll be okay. It is a, people are in danger, but
yeah.
It's not, it doesn't get too scary because the younger readers, it gets a little scary.
Yeah, it gets a little scary.
It's a little scary, but that's good. That's healthy.
It was one page. It was one page that you did in it that I was just like,
I'm like, I'm gonna go really scary in this page. Because I would have liked this a lot as a kid, and I like it now, and I'm having fun. Yeah.
Also,
Also, like, oh, sorry.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, also, like, you can tell when people are having fun making something, you know? Or, like, whatever it is, if they're not supposed to be having fun, if it's, like, a bleak thing, it's, like, you can tell when people are feeling the thing, and there's so much, like, energy in that, and, like, I don't know, like, reading it, I'm like, I could tell Insho's having fun with this, having fun writing these characters, having fun with this dialogue, like, yeah, and I'm like, and I'm having fun drawing, and I'm gonna draw something really scary, and yeah.
That was, like, the important part for me too, because I was just like, oh no, like I hope that you can read like my awful panel notes. I'm also sorry for that.
No, I feel like anytime I was confused, I was just like, "Hey, what do you mean here?" And then you were like, "This thing." And I was like, "Okay. Yeah. Like, let's go."
But even like when I got like the first like pages back for a minute, it was just pencil, like all pencil. I was just like, they seem like they're having fun with this, and that makes
Yay!
my heart happy. But I guess that's a good segue to go into The Girl Who Loved Monsters. If we
Yeah.
want to do that. So as we said on the tin, we created a book called The Girl Who Loves Monsters. It is coming out on July 28th. You will get these episodes before then. We'll do it with a countdown of everything. But we worked really hard on this little guy, and we love this little guy. And I can't reach my little guy,
I
but
got my guy. He's right.
they got
They're
their
right
little
here.
guy.
Little guy right here. Look at this. This is our book.
That's our book. That's our babes. Oh, I love that back.
I'm just gonna read it.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's so good. It's weirdly a delight. I don't really toot my own horn a lot about things that I ever
You gotta do
create.
it. Yeah.
But like, I only do it with this one because it was just like, I'm so proud of us with this book. And it's so fun, and it's so active, and it's so like, I could not think to like do what you did with any of these panels. So like,
We
also
all got our skills.
But I guess for you at home, The Girl Who Loves Monsters is about a girl named Charlotte who finds a book in her library at school, after two people in her life kind of come back into her life, and she's just like grumble, grumble, grumble. And she opens the book and she reads from it like any kid would ever do. And then wild, wacky stuff happens. Is her teacher a secret werewolf? We don't know.
It's the book.
I love that page so much. I'm so obsessed. But yeah, we did it. We did that.
We did it.
What, I guess we'll get into, I guess, the process like later on, but like, what was, I guess, for you, what was like the best part about working on it?
There's like you mentioned, a scary scene that was really fun to draw. But also like something that's really fun is, you got these character descriptions. You shared like, what they're into, what kind of music they like. Like you had pretty like robust like kind of character sheets. And so like, for example, like a lot of the first book takes place in first book. A lot of the book takes place in we see Charlotte's room and like in their house. And so like thinking about like what's in her room, and designing like her space and like having it reflect her personality. That was really fun. I really like had my Pinterest board going, and I did little sketches, and I was trying to get into like her mindset of like, okay, I'm like a young little horror freak. But I'm also, like, not, like, a super girly girl, but she, like, wears dresses, and she likes stuff that's, like, cute, but also, like, has, like, a high tolerance for really scary stuff, and so trying to, like, really access, like, her personality and, like, what her style would be, stuff like that is such a fun challenge.
Oh, I
So I
love
like that.
that. No, I love that. I think it's okay. So here's the thing. Here's why I say that. I love creating characters, like just going from like kind of like nothing to something,
Mhm.
and so kind of like hearing that, it's almost like in my line of also like why I really liked doing this. And my favorite part, because this was like in the beginning stages. Like it was like a thought baby. And I was just like, it'll be really interesting to have a girl, like, and to be completely honest and fair to everybody, Charlotte is like baby me.
I thought so. I thought so, yeah.
but here's the thing though, and I don't think you know this, but the yeah, because I didn't tell you.
Oh,
So the second book,
mhm,
the sister,
mhm. Mm,
yeah, because I was just
mm.
like, oh, I went through like the mind frame of like Ashley. So
Oh, fun. Hell yeah.
and
That's
then like
awesome.
main character. Ah!
Yeah, that's so cool.
And hopefully
And
she
she's,
gets to
like,
stick around.
cool. She's
Yeah.
cool.
Like when I like thought of like the yak pants, I was just like, oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
I feel like Ashley likes yak.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's awesome.
but yeah,
I
it's
love
like
that.
yeah, because I was just like, who would like, because like we get along very well. So
Yeah,
I was just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I want to make somebody also for Ashley to like kind of come in and play
Mhm,
around with. That's the second book though. You haven't even read the first
mhm.
book. Go read the first
No.
book.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait so long.
You gotta wait so long. Oh my god, yeah, where are those?
But it's
But
gonna be good. It's worth the wait. It's worth the wait.
it's so worth the wait. It's such a fun little story.
Is that your favorite part though, the character creation?
Yeah,
That, like, that's awesome.
yeah. Because I remember sending um over the characters just in general, and I started with Charlotte, moved to Griffin, and then went back to Molly. But I think what was interesting for me to do was to kind of like not exactly put them into horror tropes, but to kind
Mhm,
of make that mind frame of just like Charlotte is like the final girl, and
mhm, mhm,
Griffin is the survivalist and love interest, and
mhm.
sorry, spoilers. And then and then
I dropped my phone. And, like, because I had to go like this really fast.
and then like Molly is like the sidekick and like the weirdo kind of
Weird
like
girl.
situation.
Yeah.
And it's like you work like with those tropes. Like it was interesting to work with those tropes and expand out because I've never
Mhm.
done that before. I just kind of go,
Mm.
"Oh yeah, a character. Sure. Like I'm gonna do a Pinterest board. I'm gonna
Mhm.
do like 20,000 playlists. I'm gonna write all my
Mhm.
notes down. I'm gonna do this, this, and this. But with this specific book, I was just like, because she loves horror so much,
Mhm.
and because I feel like inside of her mind, she would also do like the categorizing like this for her
Mm,
life,
mhm.
that it just kind of like made a lot of sense. Like
Mhm.
especially like for Vincent too, because like Vincent technically, like if she's like Dr. Frankenstein, like Vincent would be like Frankenstein's monster to her,
Mhm.
like a loyal companion
Mhm.
that she just loves and adores. And I think she kind of just see like, and it was really also very very fun because like I have all of this like hard knowledge in the back of my head to
Mhm.
kind of like throw it into Charlotte and to
Yeah.
be like, here, we're going to the wall. Like it's gonna be fun.
I feel like that's why, like, not that I thought it was, like, a one-to-one, but it's like I can see that you put so much of yourself in Charlotte, and it, like, just makes sense, you know? And it's like, this book is clearly, like, so many things and, like, scratching so many itches and, like, doing so many different things, like, as far as, like, creative output and, like, things you wanna see in the world and all that, but also it is, like, one of those things is, like, to me, I think, like, a love letter to the genre, and
Yeah.
that's, like, so clear with, like, sometimes, like, the way that, yeah, like, Charlotte talks about stuff or, like, just, like, little references, and so I, like, after talking to you initially about it, I really tried to put as much of that visual, like, in there as well, and I know now we're getting into, like, the making, and so I'll, like, zip it, but, like, just, there's a lot there,
Yeah. Oh my
like, in the
god.
writing and in the visuals, and we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
next time.
Yes.
I do have a question. What is, because I think it's a great segue to probably like one end and then also like kind of go into the process, because the process is going to be like a really fun thing to talk about, especially with your visuals. What is your favorite Universal horror movie monster? And you could do a top 5. I would.
Mm, mhm. It's hard because, like, I love Frankenstein, um, and I love one of my favorite movies as a kid was Young Frankenstein, which is, like, obviously, like, those 2 are, like, um, but I love the look of, Gilman of Creature from the Black Lagoon. I know it's, like, a little bit later, right? Like, it's, like, a end of
Still
the kind of
counts.
line. I'm gonna count him though, 'cause he's just, like, he's good looking, you know? Like, just, like, everything about the aesthetics of that are so good. But I think it might be Wolfman. I think it's just, like, there's so much depth in what's his name's performance,
Oh, Lon Chaney Jr.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, like, it's, like and, like, I don't know, it's, like, not even, like, the best story at all, like, in as far as, like, the actual story, but there's just, like there's so much about the visuals and, like, the acting in it that are just, like it's, like, devastating, you
Yeah.
know? Um, so that might be it. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh yeah, it's hard. Because everybody, like, I am a Frankenstein girly, like hands down through and through. Like, I love me some Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. I leave all the Abbott and Costellos alone. Never talk to me about Abbott and Costello. Um, but my favorite guy, and like the thing is too is that like I love the Mummy because they became
Mhm.
ridiculous. I love the Wolfman because he's so tragic.
Wait, can I
But
guess?
yes,
Are you gonna say Invisible Man?
yes.
Okay, cool. That's, like,
I,
also so good, so good.
I
And so,
love
like, kinda
him.
silly.
Here's the thing about, okay, so I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat real quick because I have this thing about the Invisible Man, because I think all of those movies do something. The original Invisible Man is one of the best things that I've ever seen, because that man legitimately went mad off of his creation, and I love
Mhm.
that for him. Like,
Mm.
he said, I'm going to do the most and I'm going to stay the most and I'm going to die the most. And I'm just like, yes,
Mhm.
that is a
Yeah.
king that I want to survive every single thing. But then I think what the Universal Monsters movies kind of do really perfectly is that they kind of encapsulate what their genre that they ended up becoming like
Mhm.
was. And like, for the Invisible Man, after the first one, because the original Invisible Man was not meant to be that funny, but it's
It's
hilarious.
really funny. Yeah.
It's so funny. And so like when you get like the Invisible Man Returns, the Invisible Woman, you're kind of just like, oh, these are silly goofy. These are
Mhm.
all silly
Mhm.
goofy slapstick movies, and this is amazing for like what this is. It's like it's an invisible scientist, it's an invisible mad scientist. Where are you going wrong? Nowhere.
That's perfect. Yeah.
like never change the formula. I don't need the tea to be steeped. I want it just in my my medulla oblongata. I'm good. But he's my favorite. He's my favorite mad scientist. Second only to Frankenstein, and Herbert West. My fantastic little freak or freakdom. But I love me some Griffin. That movie's so visually, it's wonderful. The script is hilarious, but it's also like brewing with like this underlining tension because like you don't know what's about to happen to him, and every single time he just gets madder and madder and madder and madder, and it's just like, I love this for you.
It's like the screw is turning.
It's like I hated every single thing that happens to the Wolfman because he didn't deserve that. You though, you kind of made that happen yourself, and I love a king who's self-made.
I know, it's true. It's like the Wolfman is just like the saddest puppy. Like it's just like, oh, come on. Yeah. It's like a little train wreck where you're just like, oh. Which is like a complete like different. They're like opposites.
Yes. Like, have you ever seen? This is my last question, I promise. Okay. Have you ever seen like Island of Lost Souls?
I haven't. Okay. I put it on the list. I put it on the watch list.
Please.
Okay.
It's the Island of Dr. Moreau.
Okay.
But like the Island of Lost Souls is so good because it's silly, but it's tragic. It's funny, but it makes me feel a type of way. Charles Layton actually got to marry Ilsa Lancaster, which is bonkers, who was like the Bride of Frankenstein, which is bonkers to me. He also created Night of the Hunter, which is kind of wild. But it's such a... if you watch that movie, please tell me when you watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'll go rent it. I got my little video store that I can walk to from my apartment.
I'll so jealous.
And be like, please.
I'm so jealous. What do you...
Sorry. That's my one brag, is that there's a movie store down my street and I have a lifetime membership.
Stop.
Yeah. That's my only brag.
No,
I'll be good besides that. I get
that
one.
Is no, you should get more. You've seen the stuff you create. You should get more. But I guess we'll end it there, right?
Yeah, let's do it. I gotta eat. Din.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I just heard my tummy. It went. And I was like, Wolfman, is that you? But no, it was my tummy.
Oh my god, we will be back for the second episode. We'll talk about the process of creating The Girl Who Liked Monsters. I've been Insha, and
I've been Ashley Robin. I've been, and I will hopefully continue to be. Maybe. We'll see.
It's so funny. You say the same thing that I do with my actual plays. I'm just like, I'm sorry that I'm going to be Insha tomorrow.
Yeah. But maybe not. I don't know. Anything could happen.
Right?
If horror has taught us anything, maybe not.
We live in 50-50 chance conditions, baby.
Watch out.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.